looks like these cuts are fairly broad in nature.
Yeah, that's correct. Sources tell us about a third of the cuts will come directly from the core banking and trading units, so that underscores the broad nature. Sources say the plan to eliminate about 3,200 jobs is one of the biggest round of cuts in Goldman's history. But that said, the sources also point out that late last year there were discussions of eliminating up to 8% or as many as 4,000 jobs. Apparently, the review of cost cutting, that was not necessary. Now, the CEO, David Solomon, had signaled there would be job reductions in his end-of-year message to staff, saying something to the effect that you have to assume we're going to have bumpy times ahead. We're told the cuts will begin in the middle of the week. We're also told the firm still has plans to go forward and continue hiring, as well as bring on board its regular analyst class later in the year. With investment banking revenues plunging and recession looming, Wall Street is pretty much retrenching across the board. We've talked about all the job cuts out in the tech world. They've now made their way to the finance industry. And with Goldman, Morgan Stanley, Credit Suisse, and Barclays, all of these firms have either already begun firing or announced they're going to have layoffs in the months ahead. We should also point out with Goldman, the situation is a bit exacerbated due to the mistakes it made in its earlier foray into retail banking. That resulted in losses that accumulated at a much faster rate than Goldman had anticipated.
Sue, what about the timing here? I mean, isn't Goldman coming up with those year-end compensation discussions? And, you know, the timing of these cuts makes that interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. This is coming a week before the scheduled compensation discussions. And even those who remain in their jobs, we're told, can pretty much expect reduced compensation. So those bonuses are going to be a lot lower. And this is in stark contrast to last year when revenues were much stronger, trading was more robust, and those bonuses were eye-popping, many of them. It's just not the same game. We should also point out that sources say Goldman is poised to unveil financials tied to a newly created unit that houses its credit card and installment lending business. This is a unit which is going to record about more than $2 billion in pre-tax losses. So all of this expected to come out this week.